Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Countdown begins for Thanksgiving. I am so ready to have Thanksgiving, although Thanksgiving this year is going to be just a little bit different than normal. Normally, I have 20 plus people over at my house for Thanksgiving, and I'm cooking, everything. Being Jamaican, we just don't do regular Thanksgiving. We do the turkey. Maybe it's a jerk turkey. We do, oxtail. We do curry goat. We do ham. We just do a whole lot of stuff for Thanksgiving. But this Thanksgiving is going to be just a little bit different. It's going to be just immediate family, which, it's just what we have to do. We have to, protect ourselves. But I just want to thank everyone for joining me live. Today should be a very good presentation. I'm actually going to be talking about destination weddings at Sandals and what a destination wedding is, to think about a destination wedding if you're thinking of having one, and why Sandals could be a good choice for you. For me, I actually had two destination weddings. I had my 25th anniversary at Sandals Royal Caribbean in Jamaica, and that was with 100 plus guests, and I had it on their private guests, and we had a great time enjoying a long weekend just hanging out and partying at the resort. So Sandals really did a good job at taking my vision and taking it up to the level that I would never have expected. And the fact that they had a private island, and at the time I could rent the island for my guests, it just put it over the top. We just had a great time, and it was unexpected for my guests because they had to take a boat over to the island. So that experience just, it just made my wedding so much unforgettable, and it was just so much fun. My second wedding I did was at Sandals Grenada, and it was just the two of us. So it's a vow renewal, and we just decided, we're celebrating our anniversary. Let's retire, not again. And also, since I'm in the wedding planning business, the least I can do is get married so I can experience it. So when I tell my clients, like, yeah, I've been through it, I know what it's like. It's coming from experience. So we're going to talk about Sandals wedding. And let me share my screen. And we're going to start talking about Sandals wedding. And this was actually my wedding at Sandals on their private island in Jamaica. So this is where I had done my 25th anniversary on Valentine's Day. So this is just a picture that I use for that. So, people have a destination wedding for various reasons. So, why choose a destination wedding? Most time people are choosing it because it's more exotic. The location offers, as you said, breathtaking views. You're by the ocean. It's warm. You get all your family together. So it just makes it that much fun just having a destination wedding. And also it's more affordable. The average destination wedding can cost under $10,000 and, includes, everything you need for a wedding, as well as having a long weekend. So it's like intimate, meaning that you get time to spend with your family. It's not just a one-day event in which you have a wedding and in 6 hours it's over. You get to spend a whole weekend, most time it's 3 to 4 days with your family and friends. So you really get to enjoy the wedding experience. And as I said, it's more fun. And, it can be a vacation for your guests, and it could be a vacation, a wedding, and a honeymoon in one for you. So those are very good reasons for thinking about having a destination wedding, which you can bring all your families together and just have it over a long 3-day weekend, or, whatever. If you decide to do midweek, that's fine. With Sandals Resort, they have multiple locations throughout the Caribbean, and Sandals are not in every place. There's no Sandals in Mexico, and there's no Sandals in DR. So their resorts are located, in more, I would say, exotic locations, locations that people tend not to go to very often, except for Jamaica. In Jamaica, Sandals have about 8 resorts in Jamaica because it's a Jamaican brand. That's where Sandals was founded. So they have more resorts in Sandals. And we have Sandals, which is adult only. And we have Beaches Resort, which is family friendly. So they have 2 Beaches Resort in Jamaica, one in Ocho Rios and one in Negril, and 6 Sandals resorts spread throughout Jamaica. In St. Lucia, they have 3 Sandals Resort. In Antigua, there's one. Grenada, one. Bahamas, they have two. Barbados, they have two Sandals. Turks and Caicos, they have one beaches resort. So these resorts are, I'm going to say, on the best beaches within the Caribbean. Now, why choose, a Sandals resort wedding? These are some of the things that I would say would make me want to choose Sandals or recommend all-inclusive resort, and they're made for people in love. So if you're on a Sandals resort, you're going to see a lot of romantic setup, a lot of fire pits, a lot of places that couples can go and be alone. And it's just the feeling of the resort is very romantic. So it's very good to have a destination wedding because that romance is going to be right there on resort. And Sandals will do whatever they take to make that vision come to life. So you can make your wedding your own because you're going to be able to fully customize your wedding to make it what you are and make it unique. I would say they're impeccable services and staff. I can vouch for Sandals, meaning that their staff will go above and beyond to make sure that everything that you're looking for within your wedding will happen. As I say, they have some of the most romantic accommodation. They have a lot of different room categories within Sandals. It's just not 4 or 5. There's multiple room categories. They have a lot of swim up suites, a lot of over the water bungalow. If you're really looking for, romance, a lot of love nests, meaning that these are rooms that are tucked away somewhere that, it's just good for privacy. And most of their rooms also, some selected rooms have butler service. And for me, if I would recommend a room for a client, I would always recommend a butler service room. If you're getting married, you want to have a room that you're going to have someone cater to you, meaning that you're on your honeymoon or you're on your anniversary trip. You want to have somebody that's going to, set up your space on the beach. You're going to want to have someone that's going to make all of this. Time they decorate your room, they set a bubble bath for you. They'll unpack your clothes. They'll press, outfits for you. They can even schedule all your spa appointments and any tour or anything that you want to go on. So they're there for you to pamper you in any way you want. So for me, I always would recommend a butler room because you want to have that special VIP all-inclusive treatment. You want to just feel special. Most Sandals resort, I would say, I don't think I've eaten at every Sandals resort when I'm on property because there's so many resorts. There's, I believe, up to 21 restaurants in most resorts. So there's a lot of stuff to choose from when you're on property. So you should not get bored, and there should be a lot of variety of things for you to look at. And they have a dine around privilege, meaning that you can go to any one of these Sandals resort and have dinner or go there without paying additional fees because they're all sister properties. So you're close by, you can make a reservation, you can go to another Sandals restaurant. So it's like 6 resorts in one or 5 resorts in one. So you can get to see other Sandals resort if you're in the same vicinity. And their liquor, unlimited premium brand liquors. They include land and water sports, which also includes diving and golf. So if a big diver and a golfer, Sandals have golf courses in which I think all you have to pay is your caddy fee and the greens fees, and all those things are included. They have very good nightly entertainment, and they also include round trip transfer to and from the airport. What makes Sandals so special? They have the wedding entourage, meaning that there are 3 people that's going to touch you throughout the wedding process. The first person is the wedding concierge, and this is the first step in your wedding process. Meaning these are the people you're going to work with that's going to book your wedding date for you. And the way Sandals work, you have to book a room in order to secure a wedding date. They cannot marry together. You can't just book a wedding date and then book your room later. You have to book a wedding. The bride and couple, they have to book their room at the same time they're going to reserve their wedding, because those 2 things are linked together. And they're going to tell you whatever the requirements are if you're doing a legal wedding, the requirements are, and just to get you started in the wedding process. So the first step is, securing your room and location and booking your room. Then they're going to pass you off to the wedding planners. And the wedding planners are the one that's actually going to plan all the details of your wedding. So if you're 1 year out in, planning your wedding, you're going to meet with them most likely within the 6 months before your wedding, and every time you meet, you're going to be talking about different aspects of your wedding. And what I like about the wedding planner, they made it so easy, meaning that, you know, they broke it down in different steps. Like when I first went with my planner, we talked about ceremony, what I was looking for, and cocktail hour, and we finalized what I want for cocktail hours, the hors d'oeuvres I want, if I wanted a signature drink, you know, and the color palettes I want, decor. And so they didn't make it overwhelming, and it gave me time to even figure out if I can afford to add stuff, not add stuff. And along the way, I was making payments, so it was easy. It wasn't at the end that I made all the payments. As soon as I go along, I can pay down the wedding, and also I know what everything's going to cost at the end. And then we have the wedding event manager. No, that's the wedding event manager is the person on property that, based on all your vision, is going to make sure those things come through. So they're the one who actually do the physical setup and coordination of your wedding. So when you get on property, you're going to meet with them. You're going to walk through the different wedding location to make sure the location you pick is what you want. They're also going to do sample cake tasting. So you get to pick and taste the cake that you want and finalize that. And, you know, if you want to even go through your menu, you can go through that, but they'll walk you through the whole process, what's going to happen on your wedding day, and making sure that you're comfortable and everything is good with you. I talk about, you know, how do you get a free wedding at Sandals? Well, for Sandals, if you are going to be legally married, and let me stress legally, if you're doing a symbolic wedding, or you're doing a legally getting married at Sandals, if you book 3 nights in them, it doesn't matter what room category you're in, the lowest room category, you're going to get all these inclusions. You're going to get a bouquet, you're going to get a boutonniere for your groom, you get a cake topper that matches the flower arrangement on a 2-tier cake, and you're going to get a centerpiece for your head table. And then there's complimentary wedding inclusions, and these will include the things I talk about, the concierge, the planner, the event manager. You're going to get all those things included with helping you plan your wedding. They're going to prepare your marriage documents for you. They're going to, you know, pick out your wedding location. You're going to get a wedding location included. You're going to get white chivalry chairs and seat cushions. You're going to get pre-recorded music for your ceremony. You're going to get a 1-hour cocktail with sparkling wine and hors d'oeuvres. And I said all your guests, because with Sandals, you don't really have wedding packages. If you book your room, you can have your free wedding. It doesn't matter how many guests you have. You're not going to pay for each additional guest. It's all included if they're staying on property. So that is kind of nice that you can actually have a wedding and ceremony with 100 people and not really pay anything as long as you book the 3-room nights. So that's something you need to be aware of. They give you a free, 5x7 wedding photo. They also give you a honeymoon dinner at a specialty restaurant with a bottle of sparkling wine. They give you 15% off Red Lane Spa services. This doesn't include couples massage or bridal package. And as I said before, these are for if you're getting legally married at Sandals. So all what I talked about, all this stuff is free as long as you have 3 free nights. So that is it. So if you're doing a retie or not, now a lot of people are doing a lot of retie. They're married 10 years and want to redo the wedding. For $300, this is what included. You'll get the planner, because most time retie or not is either 2 people or maybe 10. It's not normally a big wedding. It's a smaller group, so you don't really need too much planning. But for retie or not, you're gonna get the planner also, and the weddings event team that will take care of the details of what you want for your retie or not ceremony. You're gonna get a wedding cake, and you get the a 3-stem flowers. For me, I would opt not to take the flowers because I really don't like the flowers too much. You can either bring your own bouquet or update it with an updated bouquet that you like. You get a 1-hour cocktail reception with sparkling wine, and you get a 5x7 honeymoon, photograph. Dinner for 2 at a restaurant. You get mimosa breakfast in bed, and you get a 15% discount off the Red Line spa service, and you get a keepsake gift. So for $300, you can have your wedding ceremony and a cocktail hour. And if it's not too many of you, you can also go to a restaurant and have dinner. So that's all for $300 for a retie or not. So these are what most of the free weddings will look like. You're not going to see a lot of decor because those are additional things you would need to add to customize your wedding. So the free weddings and the retie or not, this is the flowers right here that, what it looks like. Or this is really what the flowers look like in the last picture in the corner right here. So, it all depends how much what you want to add to your wedding. But this is a free wedding at Sandals. And this is kind of what it looks like. You have to pick a location that you want to have it, whether it's on the beach or in a garden gazebo or whatever. You get to select where you want to have it. Sandals is known, as I said, they have great beaches where their resorts are located, and they also have great wedding locations. So most of them are free. I'm going to say like this beachfront wedding. You can have a beachfront wedding, you can have a garden wedding. But if you want a premium location, this is just going to cost you additional. It's going to cost you $600 or $400, whatever the number is. It's under $1,000 to use that. If you want to get married over the Overwater Serenity Chapel, which if you're Catholic and you want to get married in a chapel, they have that available, and it's over the water, so that will cost a little bit more. They have offshore private, and they also have one in Bahamas. So if you're looking to get married off island, on a small island, they do have that available for you. It's at an additional cost if you want to do that. Montego Bay has an actual wedding chapel. So if you want to use that, it comes with additional costs for that. And there's a Sky Terrace in Royal Barbados. So these are locations that will cost you additional money if you want to utilize those so you can have a beautiful wedding. They also have a package, Kiss Me at Twilight. This is if you want to get married when the sun is setting. It comes with additional fee, and it comes with a unity sand ceremony. So with that, you pay $600 for that, but you get married at a twilight hour, which is like the most sought of hour that everyone wants to get married. So if you want to get married at 5 or 4, those times are free. But if you want to do the twilight, it will cost you a little bit more to do a twilight. With Sandals, as I said, all the food is included. So you don't have to worry about, they're going to give you the menu, and you can customize it to what you want. Sandals is not really charging additionally for food. So there is quite a variety of things that you can choose for your wedding reception at Sandals, and you can customize it to your taste. Theme bars, these are where you're going to now customize the free wedding. So if you want to have a theme bar and have this thing sitting out on the bar, it's like a little boat with all the alcohol in there. These are things that you can add to personalize or customize your wedding. So you can have that. And this is the part now that will cost you a little bit more. If you want to customize your wedding and for your wedding to look like this with these colors, you're going to have to pay for the extra decor to have that. So you can have the free wedding. It's going to be white linen, white tablecloth. But if you want to step it up a notch and actually customize your wedding, there's so many things that you can choose from, so many different setups you can have. But this will cost you some additional money for you to get this look. It's not going to be included in the free wedding. So this is a garden wedding. How beautiful is that? These are just, this is just beautiful. These are, as I said, if you want to customize a wedding, it's available, but it's going to just cost you a little bit more. Sandals have these, because they don't have wedding packages, they have what we call bells and whistles. Bells and whistles are, the bigger your wedding party, the more bells and whistles you get. So based on the size of your group, if you have a group of 10 rooms coming, 20 rooms coming, they're going to give you additional perks. And then most of that's going to be, if you have a group going down, it could be free rooms you're going to get and free, other things you can get for free. So think about it. You start with a free wedding and then you book 10 or 15 rooms and you can get a lot of things that you can help customize a room. So these are a few of the different bells and whistles. So depending on how many rooms you have, you can get a sweetheart table for this. You can get 6 tiki torches included, depending on how many rooms you book. So for each place, you can have this, welcome cocktail for free, depending on how many rooms you book. So there's so many different things. They're talking about lobster dinner. When it's in season, that this is something that can be added to your menu if you book enough rooms and you qualify for the bells and whistles. So there's so many things you can do. So $1,000 credit towards a private catamaran cruise. Like if you're having a group of 80 people or more, this could be a nice thank you gift you can do for your group by having a catamaran cruise. And depending on how many rooms you book, they're giving you $1,000 towards that. So that is definitely great, perks. Sometimes, I recommend Sandals because there's so many different things that they offer. And this is one thing that they offer. A couple other resorts, they do offer this, but this is test drive your wedding, meaning that you're getting married in a location unseen. Most time you've never been there. You've never been to the resort. And you're like skeptical, is this going to work out for me? Is this going to be the best thing? What they do is they offer you a 2-night stay, and it starts at $250 per couple per night. So for $500, you can go to the resort. You can sample the accommodation, photographer team, and they actually give you a romantic dinner for two also while you're there. So this is a way for you to actually go on resort before your wedding, or after you make your, if you choose Sandals as your wedding location, but if it's what's going to be when you get there, you have an opportunity to actually go there and see it for yourself, and they charge you $500. Most times, if you go there before you book the wedding, and you book the resort after you come back, that $500 that you spend on going to see it could go towards your wedding. So they do have that. If you book within a certain time frame, when you come back from seeing the property, they can use that money you spend on the room, they can put it towards your wedding. So that's a nice bonus that they have. They actually have a complimentary honeymoon inclusion. So if you're getting married at Sandals, they will give you, most times you're going to get married and have your honeymoon at the same time. So they do have some honeymoon perks for you that you can get while you're on property after you get married. So that's nice. They also have wedding and honeymoon gift registry, meaning that you're getting married. Most time for destination weddings, you don't really get as much gift as you do in a domestic wedding, only because all your guests are paying all this money to come see you get married. So most time their gift is just their presence at your wedding, and that's thanks enough. But sometimes there's people or family member or friends who want to give you a gift, and this is a great way for them to give you a gift, is that you can register on Sandals, and it's a wedding and honeymoon gift register. So they can either put money towards a massage for you, a candlelight dinner, a romantic catamaran cruise, money towards upgrading your room. So there's certainly things you can get from your guests that they can do to enhance your experience, and you can have this honeymoon or wedding registry at Sandals, and that money can go towards things and activities that you can do on property. So it's a good way to enhance your stay and enjoy the resort. This is also something they're offering. If you book your wedding by December 31st, they're offering a complimentary live stream of your service. Like, now that you're planning a destination wedding, not all your family and friends will be able to or can afford to be at your wedding. So Sandals is offering live streaming of your ceremony to your guests, so they can actually be part of your wedding. So that is a good service, and that's complimentary. Also, free anniversary night, meaning that if you get married, you come back to Sandals a year later, around in a month or so before your anniversary, and you book 7 nights, they give you the 8th night free. So that's something nice to have. Like if you get married, you want to come back next year to have your anniversary, if you book 7 nights, at least you get around the date of your wedding. And weekend wedding at Sandals Royal Caribbean on their private island. So this was my 25th wedding anniversary. We had 100 people at our wedding, and we had a silver band orchestra at our cocktail hour. So that was pretty good. So I'm just showing you, these are just things that you can have. So for me, a destination wedding really is it's a magical moment. So for me, planning a destination wedding and picking the right resort will hopefully make you have that wedding of your dream. And picking the right resort does help you, and it relieves some of the stress if you know that the resort is going to do everything they can in their power to make sure that your day is beautiful. And with Sandals, as I said, they don't have wedding packages, so you can really get if you want just a basic wedding, you can get a basic wedding there for free, and you're not paying per guest. It's only paying when you're doing the enhancement of the decor, and you have to pay for definitely photographer, videographer, entertainment, because those are not included. So to make your wedding memorable, these are things you're gonna definitely want to add and consider. But think about the more rooms you book, the more perks you can get towards your wedding, and the less money you'll need to spend, because all you have to worry about for the most part is, depending on the decor that you want, the decor, your entertainment, your videographer, your photographer. Those are really other enhancements you need to make your wedding, what you need it to be. So if you have any specific questions about Sandals Resort, please let me know. Send me a message. I hope this was helpful. I just want to make sure that when people are looking for a destination, they're looking at what the resort is offering, not just the place, but you also want to always look at past couple to see what they enjoyed about the resort and what you think is a good plus or a good thing to think about when you're picking a resort. And for me, I like Sandals because they just bent over backwards to make my event as magical and as stress-free as possible. And that's what I hope for all the couples who are out there who's looking to get married, that you don't want to stress out. We want to make sure when you get there, your guests are going to be treated like VIP, and you're going to be treated like someone special. So, that's what I have to say about Sandals. And if you have any questions on Sandals and their wedding packages and how any specific question, please leave me a message. If you're watching this on the replay, push #replay, so I know at least you were able to catch this video. And 2 days to Thanksgiving. Hopefully next week I will be back with live on some topic on destination wedding. I'll figure what I'm going to talk about. But if there's something you want me to cover in this group, I'll be more than happy also to cover it. So please leave me a message. Let me know. And you know what, everyone, hopefully have a great Thanksgiving. I know I'm going to stay in and stay safe, as they say, because I need to travel. I'm traveling next week. So next week I will be at Sandals Grand St. Lucia for 7 days. So I'll be coming live from there, just giving you a walkthrough of that resort, what it has to offer. And that's a great resort because they have overwater bungalows, they have overwater chapel, they have overwater gazebo. They have so much to offer. It's a big resort. It's a big resort, but it's not a lot of rooms. It's only 300 rooms. So there is lots of place to social distance. So that's one of my favorite resorts. So I'm going there for 7 days, and I will be coming live from there. So catch me next week in Sandals, St. Lucia. Bye for now. Have a great Thanksgiving. Stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you next week. Bye.